entire week. We shall signal the above through a rich, carefully curated agenda of formal discussions and social events, which we're known for. And I encourage everyone to sign up and participate fully in the stellar lineup.
Preceding the formal opening of the Nigerian House is a global business roundtable focused on building a resilient supply chain network for the energy transition. Abraham Jibrila, NTA News.
Still talking energy somewhat, the federal government has reaffirmed its commitment to ensuring a comprehensive reform of the nation's marine and blue economy. This is to reposition the sector as a key pillar of economic growth and national development. The Minister of Marine and Blue Economy, Jigawa, stated this in Abuja at the inauguration of the board of the Nigerian Shippers Council. Chukwunonso Mwabwezi reports.
The inauguration, which is in fulfillment of the provision of Section 2 of the Nigerian Shippers Council Establishment Act, Adegboyetola says, underscores federal government's resolve to uphold good governance, institutional effectiveness, and the strategic repositioning of the marine and blue economy as a driver of national transformation.
As members of this board, we bear a solemn public trust. We are charged with providing policy guidance, strategic direction, and vigilant oversight in accordance with the law. The Nigerian Shippers Council occupies a critical position as the designated port economy regulator entrusted with promoting efficiency, fairness, and transparency in port pricing, charges, and service delivery. The effective discharge of this mandate is essential to reducing the cost of doing business at our ports.
We will ensure that we enhance operations using the excellent flows and regulations under the Ministry of the Economy for the monitoring, movement, and transportation of cargo via waters within Nigeria.
The 11-member board is expected to align with the key priority areas of the ministry through the provision of the oversight required to translate federal government policies within the sector into measurable outcomes. Chukwunonso Mwabwezi, NTA News.
And still on translating government policies, a joint effort by the Ministry of Justice and the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment has produced an inter-ministerial steering committee to promote a comprehensive and conducive intellectual property ecosystem in Nigeria, supported by an interagency coordination group. Maria Ado-Zakari reports.
I would like to begin by saying a few words that I hope are entirely my own. When they say joy is coming, they say it like it's automatic. Yet, your joy is a derivative of many things. Your family, your health, your spirituality, your finances. Indeed, joy comes to those who got up and did something. Only then can you joy fido and sing. Joy is protecting intellectual properties like this is the cornerstone of the National Intellectual Property Policy and Strategy, NIPS. Now think of it like this. For a long time, Nigeria's wealth has come mostly from things we dig up or grow, like oil and crops. Now, Nigeria wants to make money from things we think up, like my poem, or Fido's song, or any other songs, movie scripts, and other unique inventions and innovations. The new National Intellectual Property 2025 is the plan put in place to shift that focus, and the inaugurated committee and groups will be driving the process.
Policy exists to deliver outcomes for the real economy. It is about ensuring that Nigerian ideas become Nigerian enterprises. Research translates into industry, creative work is protected and monetized, and the innovation supports trade, exports, and competitiveness.
The policy and strategy provides Nigeria with comprehensive national framework for transforming creativity, innovation, and indigenous knowledge into protected and commercially valuable assets.
This development is projected to ensure that creativity is protected, respected, and most importantly, profitable for Nigeria and Nigerians. Maria Adu-Zakari, NTA News.
Thank you. Thank you, Maria. No joy in the next report as it borders on cyberbullying. And the Federal High Court Abuja Division has fixed 22nd January 2026 for a definite hearing of the alleged cyberbullying of President Bola Tinubu. This follows the amendment of the charge against Omoyele Sowore by the Department of State Services to a 2-count charge at the sitting on Monday. Judiciary correspondent Austin Anyebe reports.
The federal government on Monday amended the earlier 5-count charge against the activist and publisher of Sahara Reporters Omoyele Sowore on allegations of false posts against President Bola Tinubu, where in a post via his ex-handles, he referred to the president as telling lies about the state of corruption in Nigeria while in Brazil. Under the new charge, the 5 counts have been reduced to 2, cyber stalking and cyber crimes, which are contrary to Section 24, subsection 1p of the Cyber Crimes Prohibition Prevention Amendment Act 2024. Following this, 2 other defendants were removed from the charge. When the 2 counts charge were read to the defendant Sowore, he pleaded not guilty. The prosecution then informed the court of his readiness to continue with the trial as his first witness was in court. But the defense counsel, Abubakar Marshall, opposed the move, saying the statement of the witness he intends to call was not deposed, which is against the procedure and also against Section 36 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, as fair hearing is key in any trial. The prosecution insists that the name of the witness cannot be disclosed due to the nature of his job. But the judge ruled that even if the name of the witness is not given, the defendant should be given a brief about the witness. He therefore adjourned the case to 22nd of January 2026 for definite hearing. From the Federal High Court, Abuja, Austin Anyebe, NTA News.
On the health front, elderly persons battling cataracts and young people living with preventable eye conditions alike are undergoing eye care through a new capacity-building initiative rolled out by the Northeast Development Commission. The 2-week ophthalmology care and training program, which has commenced at the Maiduguri Eye Hospital, is focusing on improving access to specialist eye care services across the Northeast. Fatima Isa reports.
Beyond the installment of modern equipment, the program is about people, doctors shaping their skills, nursing gaining confidence, and patients anticipating better care. One-day activities saw specialists carefully installing and configuring state-of-the-art ophthalmic equipment, while hands-on clinical and technical training began almost immediately, turning theory into practice. Leading the session was professors and consultant ophthalmologists, supported by experienced biomedical engineers who bring decades of expertise into the training room, mentoring local professionals and strengthening institutional capacity. For health workers at the hospital, the training is expected to transform service delivery, particularly in the diagnosis and treatment of cataracts and glaucoma. The managing director of the commission, Muhammad Goni Al-Kali, described the intervention as timely and impactful, noting that it aligns strategic investment in modern medical equipment with deliberate human capacity.
All the equipment we bought have been installed and they look very functional. The next thing you see, the kind of output we are attending should attend in no distant time.
Participants include consultant ophthalmologists, resident doctors, ophthalmic nurses, and biomedical engineers from the University of Maiduguri Teaching Hospital, creating a collaborative learning environment that extends beyond Borno State. In Maiduguri, Fatima Isa, NTA News.
Meanwhile, in the northwestern state of Jigawa, Governor Umar Namadi has officially closed a 5-day intensive life skills development training organized by the Sardauna Memorial Foundation for Jigawa citizens, describing the program as a strategic investment in human capital development. Muhammad Musa Askira reports.
The 5-day intensive life skills development training organized for citizens of Jigawa State has been formally declared closed. Governor Umar Namadi congratulated the 110 participants for successfully completing the training, noting that the knowledge and skills acquired would positively transform their lives and enhance their contribution to society. Earlier, the chairman of the foundation and former governor of Niger State, Dr. Muazu Babangida Aliyu, commended Governor Namadi for demonstrating leadership qualities reminiscent of the late Northern Premier, Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna of Sokoto.
We have remained committed to empowering our youth by providing skill acquisition and entrepreneurial growth. We have strategically directed resources toward initiatives that combat unemployment, nurture entrepreneurship, and promote self-reliance.
That leadership is a test, that you will be tempted, and whatever you do, if you are not able to account to the people, you will account to God. Where there are no lawyers, where there are no witnesses, you are the witness of what you have done.
Meanwhile, away from Dutse in Birnin Kudu, Governor Umar Namadi commissioned a multi-purpose shopping mall built by an APC chieftain, Farouk Adamu Aliu. The shopping complex, located along the old Maiduguri Road linking Jigawa State with the northeast, is expected to provide residents with access to a wide range of goods at retail prices comparable to Kano's Singa Market. The governor later inaugurated a microfinance bank in the town aimed at boosting small and medium-scale enterprises as part of the state government's commitments to reducing poverty by 10% annually. The event attracted dignitaries from within and outside Jigawa State, including former Katsina State Governor Aminu Bello Masari and representative of the Gombe State Governor, among others. In Dutse, Muhammad Musa Askira, NTA News.
And from Jigawa, we head to Nasarawa State, where the government has launched the distribution of more than 30,000 textbooks, tablets, and interactive smart boards to public primary and secondary schools across the state, with Governor Abdullahi Suli saying the measure is to enhance the quality of teaching and learning. Aliu Tijani reports.
The more than 39,000 textbooks to be distributed are of English language, mathematics, and history. Also to be distributed are 27 tablets and 20 interactive smartboards. 1,600 primary and secondary schools are expected to benefit from the textbooks and other instructional materials. Governor Abdullahi Suli flags off the distribution exercise and assure of government commitment to payment of UBEC counterpart fund in order to improve standard of basic education in the state.
We on that part, as a state government, will continue also to support and provide the counterpart funding so that we will draw the resources that are due to our state to keep promoting education, supporting our pupils and our students, and at the end of the day, we have the leaders of tomorrow.
We have received numerous donations from the Korea International Cooperation Agency, KAWECA, of school bags, calculators, and other essential writing materials.
The intervention is part of the recommendation of the Education Summit to address gap in learning materials across public schools. In Lafia, Aliu Tijani, NTA News.
You're watching the network news on NTA. Stay tuned for more reports in a moment. Kaduna State has come out loud and clear in support of the election bid of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for a second term in office, following his obvious imprint on the socio-economic and political landscape on the state. Addressing critical stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress from Kaduna Central Senatorial Zones, Governor Uba Sani said the state is among those which received massive support under Tinubu's administration. Muhammad Umar Ajingi report.
The Kaduna State Governor steps into his car ward to a warm chorus of cheers as he flags off the APC e-registration exercise.
No party, no party, let me emphasize, that have any base other than APC in Kaduna State. And we must give a lot of credit to our president, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our leader, who have done tremendously well in supporting our state, Kaduna State.
Then a strategic engagement with political stakeholders from Zone 2. The elders and party members here exchange ideas, reviewing past gains, and mapping out new strategies to win election.
And I want to commend on the forthcoming challenge, and I want to urge them to continue to come up with activities and programs that will support our people at the grassroots level.
Put heads together for a good reason behind the competent, able, trustworthy leader, and that is the governor of our state.
We at Southern Kaduna before now was not APC predominantly zone, but under the leadership of His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Governor Obasani, has shown that Southern Kaduna today is the APC home.
But to zone, the APC is putting its house in order, united in purpose, as the leaders and supporters join hands together. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajingi, NTA News.
And stakeholders of the All Progressives Congress in Yobe State have reaffirmed their loyalty and continued support for the party at both state and national levels. This came during a youth and stakeholders engagement organized by the Yobe South Unity Forum on political developments in the state. Adam Yusuf Ali reports.
The South Youth Unity Forum brought together APC stakeholders from the 4 local government areas of Potuskum, Fune, Fika and Nengeri for a significant political engagement where they reaffirmed their loyalty to the All Progressive Congress APC and expressed strong support for the good governance of Yobe State government. The event brought together various interest groups such as APC youth leaders, party stakeholders and supporters from the Southern Senatorial District of the state to endorse the APC at the state and national levels. The chairman of the forum, Musa Yusuf Drogba, emphasized that their renewed commitment to APC is based on the party's core values on unity, development and inclusive governance under the administration of Governor Malabud.
We also reaffirm our absolute commitment to the All Progressive Congress APC as the only platform that guarantees the unity of good governance, political stability and sustainable development in Yobe State and Nigeria at large.
This is a signal of unity and progress when youth co-opted themselves and support the government, so they reduce a lot of burden.
The one-day stakeholders engagement came out with a 6-point communique reaffirming their commitment of purpose for the APC in Yobe State. In Damaturu, Adam Yusuf Ali, NTA News.
President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has congratulated the Minister of Solid Minerals Development, Dele Alake, on his re-election as chairman of the Africa Minerals Strategic Group, AMSG, a forum of ministers in charge of mining and solid minerals on the continent. In a statement by Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Ononuga, Alake was first elected in 2024 on the sidelines of the Future Minerals Forum and later re-elected at the 2026 Annual General Meeting of the group, held on the sidelines of the same conference in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. President Tinubu commends the minister for aligning the objectives of the AMSG with Nigeria's renewed hope agenda, particularly the drive to unlock the nation's vast solid minerals potential, attract sustainable investment, create jobs, and ensure that mineral wealth translates to tangible socio-economic benefits for Africa. Commissioner of Police, Kaduna State, Muhammad Rabiu, says the alleged kidnapping of more than 100 worshippers in Kajuru is false and misleading. Speaking to journalists after the State Security Council meeting, the commissioner described the report as a fabrication by conflict entrepreneurs seeking to destabilize Kaduna. Muhammad Umar Ajingi reports.
Members of Kaduna State Executive Council and heads of security agencies converge here for an emergency security meeting chaired by Governor Obasani.
Our strength lies in sustained intelligence sharing, swift responses, and close collaboration among all security agencies and relevant stakeholders. Let me reaffirm the commitment of Kaduna State Government to supporting security operations.
After their deliberations, the state government dismissed reports alleging a mass abduction in Kajuru local government area. The State Commissioner of Police stated that following thorough security investigations and direct confirmation from residents of Kajuru, there is no evidence to support claims of any mass kidnapping as reported.
I want to warn some of these troubleshooters. Please stop giving out false information to those discredit the state and the security agencies.
We are here to make it abundantly clear to members of the public that the narrative from the Kajuru area that people have been kidnapped or whatever in the like of that is totally false.
The peace that Kajuru is enjoying is not yet 100%, but at least compared to the past, we are doing well. So I'm challenging everybody to bring the name of anybody from that community that is being kidnapped.
The government reassured the residents that security remains their top priority, urging the media to always verify information with appropriate authorities before publication. In Kaduna, I am Muhammad Marajigi, NTA News.
Let's now join Adiola in Lagos for more reports. Adiola.
Thank you, Najatu. The attitude of Nigerians always rushing to the location of a fuel tanker accident, all in a bid to scoop as much fuel as they could from the tanker's spillage, has been described as worrisome by disaster managers. They made the statement while warning Nigerians to desist from the unpleasant act. Larry Belay has more.
Whenever a loaded tanker conveying fuel or diesel is involved in an accident with its contents spilling, Nigerians are always quick to throw caution to the wind by rushing to scoop the products despite the huge risk involved. One could recall the sad incident in Niger State on October 21, 2025, when an oil tanker explosion killed between 35 and 46 people and injured over 50 others. Most of the fatalities occurred when the villagers rushed to scoop fuel after the tanker overturned. This sad development occurred again in Lagos when a lone diesel carrying tanker spilled its content, and just on cue, Nigerians were again on a scooping spree.
It's a need for them to give not less than 100 or 120 meter distance. Your life is much more important than the 20 liter you're going to scoop.
Petroleum products are highly flammable. So you need to spark from your phone or a metal bucket, all right? Can actually ignite the fuel and lead to a serious fire break or explosion.
To many safety experts and disaster managers, this attitude is disturbing. They wonder why Nigerians fail to understand that the potential danger far outweighs any perceived benefits. According to them, many lives in their prime have been cut short with this obstinate urge to scoop fuel despite numerous warnings from the government. In Lagos, Larry Belay, NTA News.
Well, traders at Martin's Street at Balogun Market on Lagos Island may have to endure the restrictions placed on business activities around major parts of the market due to the ongoing clearance and demolitions of buildings affected by the December 2024 fire. Joel Bokwola reports that the impact of the closure continues to linger amidst uncertainty on when the exercise will be completed.
The closure of Martin Street and major parts of Balogun Market affected by the fire incident on Christmas Eve, government says is to ensure public safety and each free clearance operation. As long as the Great Nigeria Insurance House building is still standing, commercial activities in Balogun Market and adjoining areas will still be on low key. Authorities are saying demolition is not what will be done here, but rather deconstruction in view of the magnitude of the building. With most streets around the vicinity and 10 entry points into the market cut off, the traders are left with only a small place to trade, which is adversely affecting business activities. Many prospective customers can hardly find their way around the market, while sales, according to the traders, have been on the decline.
That really be affecting because even my customers, they really can't get customers now because some people that doesn't have their number. I find it so difficult to locate their shops.
Any other market we can go for now because where they are doing business, people have already low horse there. And what you are managing as online, a lot of our customers are online, so we are just managing to do business with them.
If say that people where they trade, if they don't come out a day, we know how they feel for our body. Make the government, make them have patience on us, make them do this thing in time.
Some of the buildings on Martin Street, which have already been marked by Lagos State Building Control Agency for non-compliance to building regulations, even before the incident, are now in a precarious state. Meanwhile, the remains of Steve, Collins, and Kazmir Omatu, 3 brothers who died in the incident, have been laid to rest in Anambra State. In Lagos, Joel Ukbola, NTA News.
Those are reports from Lagos. The network news will continue with Niger 2 after this break.
It's time now to join Musa Abubakar in his business corner for all the business highlights. Musa?
Thank you, Naja. Let's now talk business. Nigeria's non-oil export sector has been on a steady upward climb since 2024. From modest gains last year, the momentum accelerated through the quarters of 2025, culminating in the strongest performance in 48 years, indicating a major boost to economic diversification efforts. The disclosure was made by the Executive Director of the Council, Nonye Ayeni, during a press briefing in Abuja.
US dollars. That was the highest ever as of 2024. We are on upward trajectory. And this year we had 6.1 billion US dollars. Another all-time high, beating our records. So in 2026, like I said, there will also be an upward trajectory. We are working towards a double your export mantra. So there will certainly be an increase, and we're going to beat our own records by the grace of God in 2026.
And to the capital market, Nigerian stock market closed trading in negative territory as investors trim positions amid a cautious sentiment. Maria Do Zakaria has details.
The all-share index declined to 166,112.50 points, reflecting losses recorded across some key sectors of the market. Trading activity was relatively active, with a total of 57,858 deals executed. Investors exchanged about 629.6 million shares, valued at approximately 14.75 billion naira. Despite the market pullback, the overall size of the exchange remained robust, with equity capitalization standing at 106.34 trillion naira at the close of trading. Learning Africa led the gainers with 10% share price appreciation, closing at 141 naira 40 kobo per share, followed by Champion Breweries, NCR Nigeria, and Triple G & Co.
Business News, Najah is back to you.
Thank you, Musa. And closely related to the business community, farming communities in Bayelsa State are hailing the National Digital Farmers Registry, the federal government initiative aimed at unifying farmers' database to plan and target support where it's needed. Ebinimizi Temyola reports.
Most communities in Bayelsa State are blessed with vast, rich, arable land, conducive climate, and abundant water resources. Cassava, yam, cocoyam, rice, plantain and banana, oil palm, sugarcane are their forts. But the farming population are rural farmers.
Water side, my farm been too big, but I've been the farm, but now erosion don't cut and finish.
When you plant the cassava them, this yama things them waiting, then they call themselves where they work for the ground, then they stop and finish.
To help farmers, the federal government launched the National Digital Farmers Registry to collate, create database, and coordinate support.
Farmers need to be organized. We need to have digitalized their data collection.
During registration too, there are some farmers like the elderly ones, they don't have access to smartphones.
We have the rice farmers, we have the cassava farmers, we have the maize farmers. It's just to improve on it, and those data, they are there.
Stakeholders affirm that with sincerity of purpose, Nigeria will not only be self-sustaining, but also will be an exporter of agricultural produce. Enyenagwa, Ebinimi, Zitemiola, NTN News.
It's time to take a break. There'll be more reports when we return. It's time to join Ayo for Sports Update. And Ayo, the ball is in your court.
Thanks so much, Naja Atu. We'll begin with handball, where head coach of Nigeria's men's team, the Golden Arrows, Coach Rafiu Salami, has unveiled a balanced 60-man squad blending home-based and foreign professionals after weeks of intensive camping in Abuja for the 27th Africa Men's Handball Nations Cup from January 21 to 31st in Kigali, Rwanda. Nigeria, drawn in Group A with Rwanda, Algeria and Zambia, will open their campaign against Algeria at the BK Arena in Kigali. This is Nigeria's 16th appearance at the tournament, with only a fourth-placed finish in 1998. President Handball Federation Saidu Jibril Oji maintains Nigeria would rely on experienced players across all positions, with a renewed call for more corporate investments in handball after the donation of kits to the team by a property development company. The tournament in Rwanda equally serves as the African qualifiers for the Men's World Cup in Germany in January 2027. Moving to football, Nigeria's Super Eagles have jumped 12 places to 26th in the latest FIFA World Rankings. The rise from 38th position follows their strong performance at the 2025 AFCON held in Morocco, where they secured third place. Nigeria ranks as the third best team in Africa, behind African champions Senegal, who are 12th, and Morocco in 8th position. Spain, Argentina, France, England and Brazil are the top 5 teams in the world. Elsewhere, FIFA President Gianni Infantino and the Confederation of African Football (CAF) have criticized some Senegal players for the unacceptable scenes that marred their victory in the AFCON final against Morocco. The Senegalese team walked off the pitch in protest after a penalty was awarded to Morocco late in the game. CAF is reviewing all footage and will refer the matter to competent bodies for appropriate action to be taken against those found guilty. In the English Premier League, Manchester City have signed Crystal Palace captain Mark Guehi for £20 million. The England defender, who had been linked with several top European clubs and nearly joined Liverpool last summer, signed a 5.5-year deal after completing his medical. Guehi, a product of Chelsea's academy, has made 188 appearances for Palace since his 2021 move from Swansea, including 33 games this season during their inaugural Conference League campaign. Away from the world of football, Novak Djokovic served off his quest for a record 25th Grand Slam title with straight-set victory over Pedro Martinez at the 2026 Australian Open in Melbourne. The fourth-seeded 10th-time Australian Open champion won 6-3, 6-2, 6-2 at the Rod Laver Arena for his 100th win at the tournament. That's your sports. It's back to Naja.
Thank you, Ayo. President Bola Tinubu has expressed grief over the passing of renowned businessman and leader of the business community in Kano, Alhaji Baturi Abdulaziz, who died over the weekend. The president describes his death as a loss felt beyond the Kano business community and across many parts of Nigeria in view of his influence on commerce. The president acknowledges the support received from Alhaji Abdulaziz during the 2023 campaigns and his persistent advocacy for national unity through the Patriotic Elders Network for Peace, which he founded. The president condoles with the Kano business community, the people, and the state government over the loss. President Tinubu also condemns the gruesome murder of a housewife, Fatima Abubakar, and her 6 children at Chiranchi community in Kano, and commends the police for the swift arrest of the principal suspects. Condemning the action as barbaric and condoling with the bereaved family over the tragedy, the president orders the investigation and diligent prosecution of the suspects. Similarly, President Bola Tinubu expresses sorrow over the passing of revered Islamic scholar and chief imam of Ilorin, Sheikh Muhammad Bashir Saliu, who died at the age of 75. Describing him as a devoted servant of Allah, a bridge builder and voice of moderation, whose wisdom and commitment to unity endeared him to people of all backgrounds. The president says the Muslim Ummah will always remember the Sheikh's invaluable contributions to religious harmony, community development, and the nurturing of future generations through learning and exemplary leadership. The president prays Almighty Allah grants the departed Al-Jannah Firdaus and comfort his family and followers. The weather report is next.
Thank you for joining us. Our major weather highlight today is a surge of moist maritime winds affecting most of the southern region and part of the north-central cities. And this will result in higher humidity levels and warmer conditions across these areas. For the coastal zones, early morning thunderstorms with light rains are expected to affect the southwest coast, as well as Cross River and Akwa Ibom states. As the day progresses into the late afternoon and evening hours, rainfall is likely to spread more inland, affecting parts of Ondo, Osun, Ogun, Oyo, Edo, Imo, and Abia states. Up north, conditions remain mostly dry and sunny. However, Kano, Katsina, Kebbi, and parts of Sokoto states will experience moderate dust haze with reduced horizontal visibilities of about 2 to 5 kilometers. Residents in the rainfall areas should watch out for brief rain showers, while aviation operators should check the NIMET e-flight folder portal for the latest weather briefings before each operations. And that's your weather update. Join us again.
The outlook is rainy in some parts, dusty and hazy in others. On that note, we conclude the network news on NTA. I'm Naja'atu Tijani.